What's happening, guys? I finally watched back Ankalaev, Pereira versus Ankalaev. But we'll get into that later in the video. Let's talk about the main card. I didn't get to watch the whole card because I was out. So let's get the main card up. I mean, even though I remember the bout order, well, I hope I do, but we got it up anyways. So yeah, let's start off. Damn, I gotta cover that. I'm not doing that one, bruv. All right, cool. So kicking off the card, we had Bobby Green versus Mauricio Ruffy, and honestly, Ruffy is I wouldn't say a carbon copy, but honestly, what country is he from? Let's actually have a look. I believe he's Brazilian, but I'm not 100% sure. Yep, he's Brazilian. Listen, that guy is the Brazilian Conor McGregor. The way he moves, the way he fights, everything about his fighting style is McGregor to a T. To be honest, it doesn't surprise me that he got the spinning wheel kick KO, because Bobby does. His name's not even Bobby anymore. Man said he changed his name to King Green. So man like King Green. Honestly, America's not a real place, man. How can you change your name from Bobby to King? But anyways, that's not my problem. King Green usually has his hands quite low. That's his fighting style. That's how he fights. I mean, you can't really tell someone to change their fighting style, I guess. But I feel like if you want to be at the top of the top, you have to make adjustments and get rid of certain things that don't work. But honestly, good finish by Ruffy. Like I said, someone like King Green, he has his hands quite low, so that was a good technique to land on King Green, because he's not expecting it. I wasn't expecting it. No one in the crowd was expecting it. So, element of surprise. And to be honest, Ruffy's got that in his arsenal, and that's something that McGregor used to throw a lot of in his early days, which is a shame, because I feel like McGregor completely neglected his true style after doing boxing. He became very boxing style heavy. But yeah, shouts out to Mauricio Ruffy. That was a good way to kick off the main card. And then we move on. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not even going to talk about that fight. Amanda Lemos and I don't know how you say her name, Ismin Lucindo. I'll be real, I don't care for that fight. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I wasn't really paying attention when I was watching it. So we'll move on. We've got Jalen Turner versus Ignacio Bahamondes. And I'm not going to lie, I feel like Jalen Turner looked very good. But again, you see with a lot of guys, I don't know how you can be, don't get me wrong, it doesn't really matter what level of athlete you are, you will make mistakes here and there. That's just life. But when you're at the stage of where Jalen Turner's at, you shouldn't make certain, like, you got Bahamondes to the ground, fair enough. You was doing well. You didn't really do much with the ground control, because Bahamondes was doing very well with his defense. But the fact that I watched him get that triangle, and in the process, there was actually a split moment where Jalen Turner could have actually got out of that. But for some reason, he decided to stay and engage. Bruv, I ain't gonna lie to you. If someone's trying to get me in a triangle and I see that slight opening where I can disengage, I'll be honest, I'm disengaging, bruv. I'm not trying to get... I'm not gonna lie, Jalen. I think you should have just gone to sleep. I'm not gonna lie. Why you tap? Go to sleep. But yeah, obviously Jalen Turner apparently is gonna retire now. To be honest, I don't really give a shit what he does. I've never really been the biggest fan of him. I mean, his IQ. The thing is, people keep saying it. MMA Guru says it. He even said it in his prediction for UFC 313. He said Jalen Turner is a dum-dum and he doesn't have fight IQ. And to be honest, his fight IQ is shit and he is a bit of a dum-dum. So whatever he wants to do, he's only 29. I wouldn't advise him to retire. I mean, he's 14-9 now. So, I mean, it's up to him at the end of the day. But personally, if I was him, I wouldn't retire. I mean, you're obviously you're outside of the top 15 now, but you can still work your way back up to the top 15. But I keep it real. He doesn't beat anyone in the top 5. Even top 10. I don't think he beats anyone. But forget about him. Shouts out to Ignacio Bahamondes because, yeah, I was not expecting that submission, man. Yeah, and then we move on to the co-main event, which was Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev. And like I told everyone, I thought Justin would get a decision. A lot of people, even the odd makers, were picking Fiziev as a favorite, which I feel like that was just very disrespectful and crazy. Obviously, it's because Justin Gaethje just came off a KO loss. But I'm not going to lie, Justin Gaethje did very, very well in this fight. One thing I will say is Fiziev looked a lot more patient, more calculated. In the clinch, I'm not going to lie, in the clinch, Fiziev looked very good, but you would expect that. Like, I'm not going to lie, it's as if he lives and trains out in Thailand at Tiger Muay Thai. So I'm not even going to lie, if you're doing all that Muay Thai and you don't have a good clinch game, then boy, you need to fix up. So yeah, Fiziev looked very good in the clinch. But Justin fought good, man. I can't lie. Justin did fight well. The only thing I would say about Justin is he didn't really throw a lot of leg kicks. I feel like if he did, probably could have done a lot more. But with all that being said, he did very well. One thing I noticed about Justin that he does very well is that he gets the collar. But Justin Gaethje, I'm not going to lie. Good performance. Obviously, Dana's talking about you getting the title shot next, but I'm going to keep it real. Islam beats Justin. This second fight with Fiziev showed me everything I need to see, and unfortunately, Islam ragdolls Islam. Honestly, I think Islam finishes Justin Gaethje quicker than he finished Dustin Poirier. And Dustin Poirier basically made him go to 5 rounds. But I don't think Justin lasts that long, because Justin does a lot of things that me, as a fan of the sport, as someone that's obviously training to fight themselves, there's a few things. Well, one very specific thing that I don't like that Justin Gaethje does, and what it is, he constantly dips his head, constantly. Obviously, you're doing it to avoid shots, and you get your collar tie, which the collar tie is good because he throws the uppercut after. But I'm not gonna lie, someone like Islam is gonna study that, and he's gonna potentially throw a knee when you dip your head, or even throw a head kick. So as much as Justin put on a very good performance against Rafael, I think he even dropped Rafael, and was it the 2nd or 3rd round? I can't remember. Justin fought very well. It wasn't, I would say the fight wasn't as excited as the first fight. And I feel that's down to Fiziev, because Fiziev fought a lot more calculated. I mean, Gaethje's chin got tested a little bit, and he's clearly still got the chin. But yeah, Justin looks like he's getting the title shot. I think he should fight Arman Tsarukyan. Arman Tsarukyan beats him as well. I don't think Justin beats Arman Tsarukyan or Islam. But that's just my opinion. But if Dana wants to give him the title shot, give him the title shot, because obviously he's not giving it to Arman, which I'm fucking pissed about, but it is what it is. We move on to the main event, which was Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev. I've rewatched it. I literally just finished rewatching it before I made this video. And anyone that watched my live reaction would have seen that as the fight was going into the 5th round, I did actually say I have it either. I said it's either 3-1 or 2-2. Obviously, after I said that, Daniel Cormier has said, "Oh, he thinks it's 2-2." So I kind of just thought, yeah, I'm gonna listen to Daniel Cormier. It's 2-2. But watching back the fight now, I'm not gonna lie. I think going into the 5th round, it was 3-1 to Ankalaev, and I think Alex won the last round, making it 3-2. Before we get into the scorecards, because I think one of the judges' scorecards was absolutely absurd. But what I will say, one, Alex looked very off his game in this fight, and obviously you can't put it just down to Alex. You got to give some credit to Ankalaev, because at the end of the day, Ankalaev was pushing Alex back. And this is the thing, yeah, when you have an elite striker like Alex Pereira, I feel like they do their best work when they're going forward. Alex was getting pushed back a lot in that fight, and he couldn't get into his rhythm. If you guys notice, and I saw a lot of people saying it online, and I was even saying it when I was watching the fight, he wasn't throwing a lot of hands. I think maybe that was down to the fact that he feared the takedowns of Magomed Ankalaev. Even though Magomed Ankalaev couldn't take him down, Alex had very, very good takedown defense. But I think he was a bit worried about the takedowns. So yeah, listen, it was a very good fight, very close fight. Shouts out to Ankalaev, because he came with a very good game plan. His striking is better than what I thought. Still think he's a boring fighter. You even saw Dana's reaction after. Dana wasn't really happy, but is what it is. I feel like if they go into a rematch and Alex is going to have to make a few adjustments. He's going to have to be on the front foot. He's going to have to push Ankalaev back, because that's when Alex does his best work. One thing I will say is Ankalaev looked very good in the pocket. I don't really think Alex does the best in the pocket. I think he does well at keeping fighters at the end of his strikes. Obviously, he's a tall guy, so, you know, he's got good reach. But listen, shouts out to Ankalaev. Even though I just don't like the whole, you know, Ali Abdelaziz, and yeah, it's just, it's fucked, man. But listen, Ankalaev won that fight. It was 3-2. I can't lie. It was boring, to be honest, and I wish I didn't even stay up for it, because it was quite a boring fight. But listen, like I said, Ankalaev, he had the right game plan. He came into the fight with the right game plan. But I feel like in the rematch, Pereira is going to have... He landed a lot of leg kicks, but the leg kicks didn't really do much. I think he's going to have to just believe in his hands a bit more. Jab, like, he's got a very good jab, but again, as much as Pereira looked off, you got to give Ankalaev the credit he deserves, because as much as someone can have an off night, part of it is down to their opponent. So, but let's take a look at one of the scorecards. It's fucking... Obviously, the first judge... What judge is that? Mike Bell scored the fight 48-47 to Ankalaev. And yeah, from what I saw, he got the scorecards right. He scored the first and the last round for Alex, and the 3 rounds in the middle for Ankalaev. Then Derek Cleary scored it 47-48 for Magomed Ankalaev. Same as Mike Bell, he gave the first and the last rounds to Alex Pereira and the middle rounds to Ankalaev. And then here is Sal Diamato, Sal Diamato's scorecard. This is absolutely crazy. You really think this judge actually gave it 46-49 in favor of Ankalaev? Wait, you think Ankalaev won 4 rounds? You're bugging. I don't know what the fuck he was watching. Even, listen, I'm not gonna lie, even though Ankalaev did win that fight, he had cage control, but he didn't really do much. And this is one thing that irritates me about all this ground control, cage control. I want to see something happen. I don't want to see little punches. Oh, I'm just throwing little punches to keep him there. Nah, bro, make something happen. Otherwise, what's the fucking point of just holding people against the cage? That's just my opinion. But shouts out to Ankalaev. He won the belt, but obviously I don't really like his trash talk. And fuck me, he's got some fucking ugly teeth, bruv. I can't even lie. Like, they're not dirty or anything, but they look like fucking shark teeth, bruv. But yeah, we got the card coming up. Is not the best card, but UFC London is here in 2 weeks. Look out for my prediction and breakdowns. I'm going to be going, because obviously it's at the O2, which is not far from me, so I'm going to be down there asking questions, getting some footage, because they'll be there for the whole weekend. Hopefully they do some, because last time they came, they did some, I think a day where you could go down and meet certain fighters and take pictures with belts and whatnot. So look out for that vlog and whatnot. But in a bit, guys, and fuck Ankalaev. And Sal Diamato, because that scorecard is, yeah.